But the lobby is ready. The players are in the player slots, and we are loading in to game 1 in this best of 3.
That we are. PvP, I think that's our specialty at this point.
Yeah.
And here we have it. I don't know who's who. I don't know. Wait, clan tag. Okay.
Yeah, the clan tag. It's okay. It's okay.
In the bottom right corner map, spotting in the bottom right hand corner of Belladonna LE. It is our Reds Protoss, all the way over in Korea, in that Seoul Jinner house. He is representing the Jinner Green Wings. I still want my Greenair jeans, by the way. Jinner management or marketing, if you're listening. It is the, I think, one of the contenders for the top Protoss player in 2020. We have Trap.
AKA Barcode.
Pretty much.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Nightshade LE, we have his teammate, also hailing from Korea and Jinner Green Wings. It is the Protoss player, Creator. AKA Barcode. God damn it.
These players are quite alike in more ways than one, if you do look at these probes.
Yeah, they're basically mirroring each other right now. Like, the builds have been exactly the same. They've gotten their gases. They've actually gotten both of these proxy pylons at the exact same time as well. Oh my god. Just both of them.
Basically the same locations, and they're both going to try to scout them.
Hey, Yaku, could you tell that these two live together and are teammates?
No, I could not, because I figured that they'd whatchamacallit. What's it called? Something about vetoes.
Well, we do have a difference already. We have Creator going for, Trap going for double Stalkers, meanwhile Creator going for double Adepts. Interesting.
That is just about, yeah. And as we have seen, the player who tends to go Adepts is going to go into something a bit more gas heavy, whereas the player who goes to the Stalkers will be going into something a bit more mineral heavy.
Yeah, and I will also give the defensive advantage to the Stalker player just because they trade more efficiently against Adepts. Adepts don't really do much damage against them. But
what about Adepts with Sentries?
Interesting. So the Sentries are probably going to be at home for defense against these Stalkers.
They miss each other. Oh, but they actually see one another.
Oh, the Shade Forces.
Trying to go for it, trying to find opportune moments. Trap is trying to chase Creator away from his proxy.
That he does.
Trap looks like he's about to scout Creators. He does see the pylon.
Yeah, but they're just really like scouting pylons. Like they're not being used for anything else. Yeah. That is their intended purpose. And some probes going down.
Deviation. Yeah, these Adepts actually managed to shade into the main. Trap was not quick enough with the ramp block.
He was
and
not.
And on top of that, Creator's gonna be the first to get his Robo facility.
Yeah, and again, like Creator looking really good in like multiple ways. You know, the Adepts came in and they were able to deal some damage to kill a couple of probes. Meanwhile, the Stalkers from Trap, they were forced back home because of the Adepts as well, so they weren't doing any any retaliating damage over on the side of Creator. So far, like good start, except the Stalker count is starting to get bigger and bigger. And again, like these Stalkers trade well against what Creator has.
For the time being, at any rate, even with just one Immortal, if you have enough Stalkers pounce on them, that's gonna be pretty rough, especially if you don't really have any other units, because you went Immortal first. So you have other units though.
Oh, here we have the Stalkers and the Adepts pushing into the natural.
Yeah, they are, and I think Creator actually cancels.
He's focusing down the sentries.
To get the
he's going to get both of them.
Does focus the sentries, he gets both of them even. The force field does not help out that much. Very nice, quick little ramp block here from Creator, but it, I don't know. I'm not sure who got the better end of that trade.
Trap. Trap jumped on and he killed both sentries, and you know that's all he really needed to do. Like great value right there, because those sentries that, you know, they provide scouting with their hallucinations. They also provide utility with their force fields. So nice pickoffs there from Trap.
And I suppose, and I suppose one thing I didn't really notice is they were high energy sentries.
Exactly.
Probably don't want to get rid of them quite yet. Who is blue? The answer to that will be Creator.
Yes. Blue is Creator, Trap is red. It's it's a little bit confusing for us as well.
Starting to go down.
Yeah, more sentries get picked off. Oh, and now the Adepts are starting to pick off probes here at the natural. 3-4 workers
probes haven't picked out.
Oh,
and
the
once
Warp
again,
Prism.
the Stalkers are in position to chase away the Warp Prism.
That they are, and the Adepts, they're still here in the main.
Yeah, they were able to shade all the way in.
Now they're here at the natural.
A couple more probes, and now they're going to get even more.
Oh my god, like Creator, he's just...
It's not going to be enough to defend against this.
Yeah, he's just struggling to defend against these Adepts with the Stalkers and the units that he has. It just makes it worse now that the Warp Prism is just forced home. Like, he wasn't able to do anything with them.
That is accurate of a description.
Yeah, well, right, like, you know, he invested in an earlier Warp Prism to try and deal harassing damage, and it was just completely denied by the Stalkers, right? Like,
and now it's Trap's turn.
Yeah, it's Trap's turn, and he's got an Immortal. It's a big oof. I do say.
It's a very big oof, especially when Creator was looking to be the one to get the Immortals first. Now he just kind of has none. Compared to Trap's one. Trap does come in, and he does pull attention away with this one Immortal drop, allowing the Adepts to shade into the natural.
Trap's Adepts are just dealing so much damage. Oh my god, they just keep slipping in, and 4 more workers, 5, 6 go down for Creator. Like, the amount of workers that he's lost compared to Trap is almost crippling. I don't know. It's a lot. 9. Oh my god.
Yeah. It is a little bit much, and now both players are trying to tech up, but I'm not sure if Creator is going the right way compared to Trap.
I mean, you know, Trap, he's already at the advantage. He has the economic advantage. He has the worker lead. He has more Immortals as well. Meanwhile, we have Trap going for Glaives, which, you know, is questionable. I don't know. Like, he doesn't have Blink. Meanwhile, we have Creator going for Charge instead. So we're gonna have these two, like, clashing styles.
Yeah, I think Creator is trying to go for an army that can be somewhat low supply, but still very potent. Meanwhile, Trap is just looking to overwhelm Creator, which so far he's been doing a pretty good job of doing.
Yeah, and these Immortals are just doing so much damage. They're able to pick up a Stalker, pick back up. Oh, is the Warp Prism gonna get caught out?
It with these Stalkers? Can it? Quick reaction coming in from Trap, but now the Warp Prism is a little bit stuck. But there is not a lot of anti-air over here. The natural is starting to chase it down. Is there a recall available for Trap? I do believe that there is.
If he's able to pick this off, that's going to be
that's
going to be so huge for Creator to try and defend against this push, because if 2 Immortals join Trap's army, I don't think there's a way for Creator to hold on.
And it's going to flank. Yeah, and it's going to flank Trap's position as well.
And here comes...
might not even have to.
Yeah, and here comes Trap's army, and again, he just has so much compared to Creator.
Bigger.
Yeah, and the Shades don't care about him like SimCity or Force Fields or any of that, so he can just shade in.
I do care about SimCity.
I guess in a way SimCity, but the Force Fields go down, and
it's looking like Trap is just absolutely taking the lead here. Look at that concave.
Yeah.
Doesn't even need to concave. Creator, he's trying to juggle on for dear life, but it's just not going to be enough. The math just doesn't quite check out. GG's call, and Trap is going to be able to take game number 1 in the best of 3 quarterfinals.
Mate. Trap just dismantled Creator. Like, it's just those little victories. Every single time, those Adepts just kept going in and killing like 2 workers at a time, 4 workers at a time. And eventually that escalated to 9 workers towards the end, and all of that adds up. And meanwhile, Trap at home, he's completely fine. Like, he's not losing any workers at all, other than like the initial 3. Lobby link, by the way. But other than the initial 3, like, Trap, his main, his natural, like, he was perfectly fine, and he was able to just macro up like unhindered.
pretty much is what I'm not sure if I have much to add there.
Yeah, I have to agree with, Xenodactyl. He's typing in Twitch chat a death by 1,000 cuts, right? Like, again, as we saw, there wasn't a big engagement. It was just Trap denying Creator from dealing any harassing damage, and Trap just dealing so much of it just over the course of the game. And Creator just died slowly over time.
Yep, he was slowly dying until Trap decided to put him out of his misery. But we'll see if a reversal of fortunes can happen here. In the Eternal Empire, L.E. We E-E-L-E, as some have called it. In the top right-hand corner of the map, spawning in the top right-hand corner of the map. Arguably the best Protoss player in existence right now. We'll see if he can, for the first time in his life, or make it to the finals of the ESL Pro Weekly Asia and bring it all the way home. There is his teammate standing in the way of him right now, though. We have, representing Jin Air Green Wings all the way in Korea, it is Trap.
AKA Barcode.
God damn it.
And in the bottom left-hand corner of Eternal Empire LE, we have his teammate, also representing Jin Air Green Wings, as well as Korea. He is Creator. AKA?
Yeah, good showing, yeah.
Barcode.
Barcode. He had a good showing these past couple of weeks, but right now he's going up against his teammate, a teammate who kind of overshadows him, I would say.
Yeah, 100%. Unfortunately, but
quite a bit in order to reverse it.
Yeah, once again, we have both of these players mirroring each other, doing the exact same thing. Maybe like a little bit of a different pylon positioning as opposed to game number one, but again, same idea, same thought process. Again, like we had these two players looking so similar to each other, but despite that, we saw how Trap kind of took a lead and just went with it in game number one. Oh,
so you guys switching it up.
I love this. I approve. Oh, we've seen this before. We've seen this before so many times. Yaku, it's happening again.
Normally Robo is generally a response to Stargate, but more often than not, the players don't even scout what the other player gets.
Yaku.
Yet somehow they do get the opposite tech
Yaku,
choices.
why did we see this? I don't think we've seen both players go Stargate or both players go Proxy Robo. We keep seeing them alternate. Like every time we see them proxy each other,
exactly.
it's the opposites.
It always happens as well. They do go the opposites even without the knowledge of what their opponents are doing.
Exactly.
I don't get it.
And we do have both players trying to scout their opponents, trying to see where their proxies are, or if there are any. And yeah, we do have oracles on the way for Creator. We have immortals on the way for Trap. And refresh, give me a refresh. Oh, never mind. The oracle gets spotted immediately by the stalker. It's not a good start for Creator.
No, it is definitely not. Another stalker is going to come in and try to take this out. Meanwhile, we have the Immortals just about finishing up for Trap as they march their way across into Creator's main.
This could be a
Creator,
quick game.
once again, looking to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, this could be a very fast game. The Immortals already across the map. The Oracle so far has done nothing. It's going into the main of Trap once again to try and deal some damage, to try and do something, but it just doesn't manage to get many, if any, worker kills. Oh, it almost goes down as well. Jesus.
It does.
And he still doesn't know about the proxy.
No, he does not. I do definitely think that Creator is going to be in more of a defensive position. He is starting to get his sentries and a bunch of other units down. Because, again, he knows that Trap is free to counterattack, but he does not know about the Robo facility. He does not know about Immortal.
and the shield batteries, it's out of position because the Warp Prism doesn't even care about that wall. It just goes right into the main, and here
they do not.
Creator does have his own Immortal though.
Trying to target. Yeah, Creator's trying to target the Immortal of Trap. Meanwhile, Trap is just trying to shave off the numbers of Creator.
Now we have Trap sieging the main of Creator, trying to get what damage he can. He does have his own Immortal, but again, both players have an Immortal, so it isn't clear cut who has the advantage here. This gateway at least is going to go down.
One thing I will say though, yeah, one thing to keep in mind though.
Oh, he's committing.
Does have the high ground
he's going for it.
He is committing. He is going for it. Creator is going to try to elevate some units down, but it does catch a little bit of these units from Trap. Very quick to juggle though, and with the Warp Prism snipe, actually it looks like Trap is getting chased back a little bit here.
Wow. Yeah, that's surprising. Trap, he focused a lot of his DPS trying to focus down that Warp Prism, and in doing so, he lost the ground battle. To be fair though, both of his Immortals are still alive, and there isn't enough anti-air here to really, like, deter the Warp Prism itself, and he unpowers the Robo of Creator.
It just as it was gonna get another Warp Prism. That's I think we're gonna see a little bit of a repeat of game 1 here, maybe with different builds and different army compositions, but definitely that Death of a Thousand Cuts concept that is even more of a new. The Immortals are starting to get even more and more damage here, and it's gonna pile on. Eventually, this is gonna stack up, and Creator is gonna have an answer.
Yeah, these Immortals are getting so low, but Trap is being so careful to keep them alive. And again, there just isn't enough anti-air here to focus down the Warp Prism from Creator. So Trap, he's just free to fly around and to continue to pick things off one at a time.
So
yeah, it looks like Creator's trying to hunt down the Warp Prism.
Right now. Yeah, he's a little bit desperate right now. He knows he needs to kill something, whether it's Warp Prism, whether it's opponents. And the Warp Prism has been able to fully restore its shield, so it does have a little bit of tankiness. The Immortals could come down and pick off the pylon once again. This keeps happening, man. It just keeps on happening. Creator is gonna restart his the power on that Stargate, but it's gonna be too little too late if you ask me. Trap is just marching across the map.
Honestly, denying that pylon, denying that Robo from being powered, it's so critical in this because it's stopping any Immortal production, and that's what you need against this kind of army that Trap is mustering. The Phoenixes that are on the way from Creator is really nice because it means he'll be able to CC the Immortals and even focus down the Warp Prism, but there are so many Stalkers now. They should be able to handle the Phoenixes, like, pretty easily.
Or even with nothing else, yeah. But I don't think they'll even have to worry about the Phoenixes, if I'm being quite honest. Like, Trap is just marching in. There's nothing to contest this red army.
Yeah. And here we go. The lift ups on the Immortals do happen. He pulls the probes as well. He's trying to focus them down, but both Phoenixes go down immediately, and
And like that, Trap is going to be our second finalist of the ESL Pro Tour. We're going to go into a ZVP finals up here in the ESL.
Mate. GG, well played. Trap, really kind of, you know, dominant over Creator in that series. I feel like that's a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't really showcase the skill of Creator that much, because Creator, especially in the tournament that he most recently won, he showcased a lot of good PvP, or just, you know, he played incredibly well. But again, like a strong Protoss in Trap, as well as combined with a teammate, like Trap just, was just looking so dominant.
Was trapped. No, wait, no, wait.
Creator was trapped.
Trap had him trapped. Yeah. Creator got trapped. There we go.
There you go. And we are now getting to the finals.
Indeed, we are just gonna allow our players to finish up their vetoes real quick. It will be a best of 5.
It will be a best of 5 ZVP between these two Korean players, and it's gonna be pretty sick. Especially, you know, you just look at the names and you think, wow, like Trap has got this, but Ragnarok just towards Zest.
Tis accurate. One thing to keep in mind, though, is the way that Ragnarok 2 obsessed. Now, we didn't see game 1, but we did see game 2.
Yeah.
And it was with some very, very aggressive early games. Trap, though, tends to be a much more defensive Protoss player if he can get away with it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine... to be fair, Trap, he could have been watching that series. You know, Crank was casting, and Creator and Trap were waiting the entire time. So it's possible that he saw the series and he saw how
That's
Ragnarok...
why I didn't give vetoes.
Yeah, that actually makes sense, to be honest. You know, they were probably watching the series. Trap probably saw Zest versus Ragnarok, and now he has a better idea of how Ragnarok plays. So that's gonna be an interesting factor in this best of 5, like what he was able to learn from watching that series, and whether Ragnarok has more builds prepared, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's something to keep in mind where you do tend to notice that a lot of Korean players are tend to be more adaptable, but if you take a look even further, it's usually the Korean players who either have or had been coached by a more old school coach, because those are the coaches who really emphasize variety, adaptability. And Ragnarok, I don't want to say he's new, but I mean, he's fairly young compared to his peers. He also, I believe, didn't have as much time in a more regimented team back when the team house structure was around.
I mean, he was on CJ.
We'll see how it works.
I don't know. CJ. Yeah, I don't know what kind of environment CJ Entus had when it comes to their team and their team house. To be fair, they did have Coach Park. I don't know if you're familiar with Coach Park and the CJ Entus team. Now I'm getting flashbacks of Pro League. I don't know if you've seen the video of Coach Park massaging CJ Hero's hands before a series, like pampering him and stuff. Because back then CJ Hero, he was like the star player, the ace.
The ace.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember that.